Yeah. And one of the things she says to the officer on that body camera is really tough, because she says, I was awake, but I didn't get out of bed until 1 o'clock, meaning she went to bed. She went to bed with him in the suitcase, and he had already articulated that he couldn't breathe multiple times. It's not as though she fell asleep on the couch while he's in this. No, she went to bed, and that was a conscious decision to let him sit there in the suitcase all night. And so again, horrible way to go. Michael Jaafar still with us. Smoke is going to come out of the jurors' ears, and possibly if she gets comfortable, Daryl Brooksy-like, representing herself. It could be because she has one of those personalities where she keeps talking and talking and has an answer for everything. This is going to be something to see.
This is a person who wants to be the center of attention and wants to tell her story, and not in a good way. That's the worst type of defendant to defend themselves, right? Which is why defendants almost never defend themselves. Once in a while, it'll happen. And it usually happens with a person who wants to have their grand courtroom moment, right? And so, you know, I keep thinking to myself, this is an imminently winnable case on the murder, too, if she was a rational person, which she's clearly not. And I'm thinking about something you said on the first block, which is probably her attorneys concocted some sort of a plea deal, which makes total sense, because she should serve some prison time. This is at least an aggravated manslaughter in Florida at a very minimum, right? Because you still had a hand in the person going into the suitcase. It's different than the analogy I gave earlier, where you're a stranger and you find another stranger drowning and you don't rescue them, right? That's different, but that's the theory. That's where you go as an attorney, right? In her case, she had a hand in him going into that suitcase. Again, he had a hand in him going into that suitcase. He had to cooperate even more than she did, because he had to contort himself into the suitcase. But she, you know, she wants to talk about herself. She wants to be the center of attention. And I know why she wants to be the center of attention, because she feels like she's a victim. And when you go into the courtroom in a trial context thinking that you're the victim, you've lost already. Once you go in and you're not prepared for battle, which is what an attorney does, they tell you, listen, you got to cover up the tattoo on your face. You got to brush your hair. You got to wear this outfit. You got to be nice. You got to put on glasses. You can't look menacing at anybody. People are going to say bad things about you. When they say bad things about you, you cannot react. You need to cry if possible. You need to be emotional whenever an emotional witness is on the stand, even if they're saying negative things about you, right? You have to do that. She robbed herself of all of that. She's going to have none of that. She's going to go into this courtroom, look at me, and guess what? People are going to forget about her when she does 25 to life.